The Marathis in Nigeria have met the Prime Minister. The community has also presented the Prime Minister with a framed letter on the classical status that has been given to Marathi. The Prime Minister has also praised the Nigerian Maratha Mandal, saying they're in touch with their roots. So the Prime Minister lauding the Marathi community in Nigeria. Remember, the Prime Minister is on a visit to Nigeria and he has lauded the Marathi community there for being connected to their culture and roots. And they also had a special present for the Prime Minister, a very special present that was given to the Prime Minister. They also thanked the Prime Minister, expressing joy on the Marathi language being conferred the classical language status. So the Prime Minister has in fact taken to social media X to thank the community. He says, and I quote, "In Nigeria, the Marathi community expressed joy at Marathi being conferred the status of a classical language. It is truly commendable how they remain connected to their culture and roots," unquote. So this is the Prime Minister's post. My colleague Rishabh is also joining us on the broadcast with the details. Rishabh, a warm welcome being given to the Prime Minister in Nigeria, especially from the Marathi community. And this comes days ahead of the assembly elections in Maharashtra as well. The community in Nigeria thanking the Prime Minister for giving a special status to Marathi, giving the classical status to the language Marathi.
Well, definitely. When Prime Minister landed in Abuja in Nigeria, Prime Minister from India landing in Abuja after 17 long years, Indian Prime Minister was welcomed by Indian diaspora and especially by the diaspora from the Marathi community. And the love, the enthusiasm among the diaspora was on display. Reason that Marathi has been accorded with the classical language, status in last month, and the people are elated, and especially the Marathi community worldwide are elated about this development. And that's the reason that we saw that a huge number of Marathi people who are important part of Indian diaspora in Nigeria, have been living there for generations, came together in the traditional attire to welcome the Prime Minister and show their gratitude to the government of India for according Marathi a classical language status.
Okay, all right. So, special present to the Prime Minister. You also mentioned that this is the first visit of the Prime Minister, any Prime Minister of India in 17 years. So, it's a very special visit as well. Rishabh, take us through the itinerary of the Prime Minister.
Well, Prime Minister has a very packed itinerary. In India time 2:40 p.m. today, he'll be given the ceremonial welcome. Then there will be a restricted meeting between the leaders in Abuja. We also have a community event later in the day. There will be a business community event as well. India's, when it comes to the priorities in Nigeria is very clear. Nigeria is a booming economy. India is looking at a strategic partnership with Nigeria, who happens to be an important player in Africa. Under India's presidency in G20, African Union became a permanent member. India has been the vocal supporter of the Global South, a de facto spokesperson for Global South, and that is something that India will try and encash in Nigeria. Defense, security, as well as energy and fuel, energy and food for that matter, are the major issues on table, be it oil, be it food security, be it defense ties. India would like to showcase the Make in India achievements that India have achieved in the field of defense production, and would like to have deals on that front as well. So a very clear business trip for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Nigeria, very categorically aiming the Global South, not only just virtually, but even strategically.
Okay, all right.